What up, everyone? Welcome back to the Real Marks of Long Island. It's going to be the Royal Rumble edition with the Royal Rumble one day away. It's going to be the biggest start to WrestleMania we've seen in a very long time because at least, both the men's and the women's Royal Rumble are freaking stacked. We have a bunch of topics we're going to talk about with our, categories, not topics, categories for the Rumble. We're going to talk about. I'm just excited because it's the Royal Rumble. It's the start of the road to WrestleMania. Who's going to be main eventing? Who's going to be challenging for the championships? Who's going to be possibly passing the guard for the new generation? What are you guys excited for the most right now for the Royal Rumble?
Everything. Just legitimately everything. This whole week has just been full of just excitement. So as you all know, my wife, my son, and I are moving back to back to my apartment, which I had before I moved out to her. So as you can see, it's a little different for my setup. It'll change up a little bit, but just between moving and the Royal Rumble, I don't think my wife wants to hear me say the words Royal Rumble one more time. I think she's kind of sick of it while we're moving. So I actually had to get her in with the Royal Rumble pool. But that's my way of watching the Rumble. We're literally moving into the apartment on Saturday, and I said, unfortunately, the first thing we're gonna have to watch is the Royal Rumble. So that's just how it runs. That's how it is. So I'm excited for everything. I'm really excited for the men's Rumble.
Yeah, dude, the Rumble, I'm so ready. I'm going to the St. John's game on Saturday, and it starts at noon. I'll be home with plenty of time. Gonna get some Raising Cane's at Penn Station, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna have that Raising Cane's and watch who knows what happened at the Rumble. Well, I know one thing for sure that's gonna happen, but we'll get into that a little later. It has nothing to do with the actual Royal Rumble match, but I'm excited.
I do want to get into the Royal Rumble matches first because that's what I'm most excited for. And then we can go into title defenses and what's going to happen leading up because we know what you want to talk about. What's always what Cody wants to talk about. But I feel like the way they're booking this, especially with like the most stacked Royal Rumble of all time, and it kind of is, right? You have Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre. You got Braun Breaker in there. There's this slew of superstars that are viable superstars to main event WrestleMania either night. And which one is going to get the deserving spot of the main event? Will we see a CM Punk finally main event of WrestleMania? There's two nights. When he back in his day, there was only one night of WrestleMania. There was one main event. Now we got two. Does he crown one of those nights with a main event? We heard the speculation last year. The speculation was him and Seth were supposed to main event, but didn't happen. Punk got his tricep torn, but this year he's healthy. He's ready to go. He's been through hell. He's been back from hell. He's been in fights and came out on top majority of the time. So I'm excited for Punk this year. That's who I'm like really pumped for. Will he win? I don't know. We'll go through our predictions in a little bit, but that's who I'm most excited for because he's been stunner this entire year so far.
I mean, Punk, I think Punk Rumble wise, he's been talking the most. When you go back to all the Raw promos, he had that promo at commercial break with Jackie Redmond where he tore everyone to shreds. He legitimately ran through everyone and verbally abused every single person that he could.
Yeah, he verbally destroyed Hulkamania, which I was excited for. I want to see CM Punk throw a Hulk Hogan's dusty ass over the top rope and finally kill Hulkamania.
So, so like what I'm saying is he's been talking the biggest game. We'll go into predictions. I am excited for him. I hope he comes out injury-free, unlike last Rumble. I don't think he's going to be the winner. So we'll go into whatever you want to go into next. But I'm excited for him. He's been talking, like I said, he's been talking the most. He's hyping it up the most. I just think he might come up a little bit short.
And he's got a big target on his back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's been talking so much game that it's just like it's too to me. I've been watching wrestling too long. It's too obvious. Punk has been talking about the Rumble so much that it's too obvious. It can't be Punk. But I don't know. Maybe I picked Punk. We don't know. We didn't get into predictions yet.
Well, my only thing is the promo between Cody and Punk that ended Raw on Monday, and I wasn't expecting that to end Raw. I thought we were done after that match, but that promo itself kind of swayed my opinion a little bit. But we'll get into that. But let's go into the first category. I want to go into biggest pop of the night for the Royal Rumble. Court, who do you think's coming out and everyone's going crazy for?
So I have 3 people here. I have one who's confirmed for the Rumble. Then I have a man and a woman who are not confirmed who might be surprises. So I didn't know if that was okay. We didn't discuss regulations in our group chat. So biggest pop of the night, Jey Uso. That man is beyond over. I mean, crazy. I'm not a rap person. I used to be. Eminem, 50 Cent, The Game. I am not a rap person anymore. When they were landing on Monday, half those rappers, I didn't know. Ty could tell you at his bachelor party, A Boogie with the hoodie. I don't know who that is. He wasn't there, but that's just besides the point. But Jey Uso is so over. The whole crowd is behind him. Even if you are just there as like bringing your kid to a wrestling event, you can get behind that. You can yeet. You know, like Michael Cole can yeet. Like, come on. So I have Jey Uso as the biggest pop. Then I have 2 surprise, like not confirmed, maybe never will show up people. So I don't know if you guys want to go with your biggest pop confirmed, and then I could name these 2, or it's up to you guys.
Yeah. So thank you for stealing Jey Uso from me. That was much appreciated. So
you steal everything from me, Skip.
So I'm gonna go to the women's Rumble, and I think the returning Charlotte Flair is going to get a monstrous pop from the crowd. We haven't seen her in over a year. They announced that she's going to return to the Royal Rumble. It looks like she has this kind of a new gimmick, you know, like she's the top. She's the GOAT. She, you know, you see her on that private jet, walking onto that private jet. So I'm excited to see the way that they introduce her back into the wrestling world. And I think the pop for her is going to be crazy. Although men's wise, I think the yeeting in Indianapolis is going to be insane.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've become so much of like a Jey Uso stan ever since like he won the Intercontinental Championship, which, you know, he deserved at that moment, and I feel like he should still be, but that's besides the point. It's insane how many people are behind that man. Doesn't matter what age. And that's what kind of helps transcend him a little bit, because if you look at John Cena of the past, when he became Superman, it was really just kids behind him. And not only can Jey Uso sell merch to children, there's people all over the place wearing Jey Uso Yeet shirts. I was at Music Fest in Allentown back in August, and I saw some chick Yeet shirt. Like, Court, I think you saw someone out in the wild in a Yeet shirt. Like, dudes everywhere. And like you both said, everyone's yeeting, everyone's doing it. And wasn't he like the Yeet song was at a hockey game or something, played at a hockey game.
Right? Yeah, Islanders game for sure.
I have a Yeet shirt.
Yeah.
I have one, and I need the Ranger one. I need the Ranger one, and I need the San Jose Shark one. I need them. I need them in my life.
The San Jose Shark one was insane.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. You weren't here, and Justin was like freaking out about it. And I'm like, you didn't get the Ranger one either. He's like, there's a Ranger one?
Yeah.
The Ranger one. I have to go in March now just to get that shirt.
I was Googling on eBay, but during this show, which was dumb because obviously no one put it up on eBay yet to see if people were selling them. So I'm definitely going to go back on eBay and look for that San Jose Shark one. But for me, I don't have a superstar who's confirmed for the Rumble. I just am hoping and wishing. And I was teasing you before, Justin, we were talking, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, when the final boss walks out to toss John Cena over the top rope, he's going to get the biggest pop of the night.
So let me ask you, Ty, does he come in at number 31 after someone has already thought he won?
No, 30. He'll be 30.
He'll be 30 for you?
Yeah, he'll be 30.
Damn, that would honestly.
No, I'd be stoked to see it.
I don't know how I'd feel because I don't know.
Unfinished business, man, with
I hear
Roman
you.
Reigns, with CM Punk, with John Cena. He's got plenty of unfinished business, and the final boss is going to show everyone why he is the final boss of the WWE.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of the Royal Rumble is they can legitimately go in any direction that they want. And I can't wait because if it is The Rock, if it is the final boss, like it's got to be, then at that point, it has to be him and Roman face to face final two, right? Because then you get that, like, I know that everyone wanted it for WrestleMania and then the crowd pretty much nixed that and said, we want Cody. So you finally get that interaction. You don't get the full match, but you get a little taste of it. And then, yeah, you're right. That could lead into WrestleMania. I don't know, but then The Rock has a chance, a shot at the title. You need to get the title back on Roman at that point, or you get Cody, and I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can go with that.
Well, you got to think the last time Roman won the Rumble, they literally had to bring Rock out to try and drown the booze. And I know that he's this baby face now, but I don't buy it for a second.
So who else did you have, Court? Your
Oh
non.
yeah, my non. So do you want to go women's first? Because I'm pretty
both.
excited about this one. All right. Men's. No, I'm gonna wait till men's. Women's AJ Lee. If that music hits, man, light it up. I would be. I think I would jump like when I jumped when Cody came back. Like AJ was like one of my favorites. Like she was so different in the Divas division. She held that Divas championship. She brought wrestling kind of back to wrestling standards almost. Her, Mickey, the Bellas, and even Caitlyn, all those people. And CM Punk did have a little segment, and he did say, I know a couple, and I can't say because I'll get in a lot of trouble. And CM Punk is AJ Lee's husband. So I would love to see AJ Lee come back. I would pop huge. And for my men's, I think our podcast speaks for ourselves when somebody can pick this up.
I so for the men's, I think we would all pop if the always ready indie god Matt Cardona showed up at the Royal Rumble. Obviously from Long Island, him being from Long Island, Merrick, Long Island, baby, Long Island strong. It just makes sense. And we've been discussing it. We've been trying to put it out there into the atmosphere, I think, by teasing it and hoping that it comes true. I think we discussed this months ago. Remember when I made that video about like having a Cardona, like, Hey Arnold kind of shrine, and I think it's time for him to come home. It makes the most sense. If you've been watching his matches, he lost to Chris Jericho for the ROH World Heavyweight Championship, so he's not ROH champion. He just showed up on Impact and he lost to Joe Hendry. He's not the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He had a partnership with Jimmy Lloyd and GCW. Jimmy Lloyd just turned on him at the Hammerstein Ballroom. He's got nothing. And guess what? He announced he's gonna be in Indianapolis for a meet and greet at WrestleCon. Just come on. If it's a one-off, awesome. The pop would be crazy. I hope he signs a deal and he somehow ends up with Chelsea. They can run with the storyline. I think I speak for all of us if anyone wants to chip in. We're always ready for him to be in the
Double
Rumble.
U.S. champions in the house. Let's
That
go.
would be so awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
I'd pop even bigger if his dad was front row with like no sleeves on.
I guarantee they're gonna have
No
to hide it.
sleeves.
If he does show up in the Rumble, they're probably gonna hide his dad in the back until it's like time for him to come out. Like there's no way that's gonna be the biggest giveaway on the planet.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think almost this isn't dissing Matt Cardona at all, but I think his dad might be one of the most notable dads in WWE. Like if you think of like someone's dad, you would instantly recognize Matt Cardona's dad.
Mine is John Cena when he got punted in the head, and then when Edge also he pushed him out the way or something, broke into his house.
Oh, that's one of my favorite segments.
Best segments of all time. Just Cena's picture and
look at that little monkey boy.
I honestly another notable dad would be the Miz's dad, because that I meme it all the time. It's just the Miz's dad just in the middle of the ring with his fists up, like ready to fight. I love that meme. But I think I speak, we're the real marks of Long Island. Of course, we're hoping and wishing that we get to see the return of the always ready, the complete Matt Cardona at the Royal Rumble. Indie God, Indie baby, let's go.
I would also like to see Brian Myers. It's not gonna happen, but hey,
well,
we gotta give love to the Major Bros. Like,
crazier things have happened.
Hey, I mean, I was just about to say, TNA and WWE have this partnership. We can get into what other surprises we see coming down, at the Rumble, but you got to think you're going to get one or two TNA superstars, right?
1,000%. At least one or two each Rumble, I think.
Each Rumble, yeah.
So, it's open for Brian Myers. Maybe he does. It's possible. And I love everything is possible right now. If I know they're going to go Royal Rumble 2 nights next year, I think this year might have been the year to do, just to start it, because the women's Rumble and the men's Rumble both going to be stacked.
Yeah.
But let's continue.
Yeah, let's go into our next category. Next category is going to be the women's most eliminations. And I think I'm going to take this. I'm going to go with Nia Jax. I think obviously I stole it. That's why I'm taking it. She's a force to be reckoned with. She just lost the WWE Women's Championship to her friend Tiffany Stratton. She's just going to start tearing people to shreds again. It's that simple. She's a beast. She's going to show up when there's 7 girls or 8 girls in the ring and start tossing 3 or 4 of them at a time. And it's going to go for a while.
I was going to go with Nia Jax by the reaction of court. It looks like she was going to go with Nia Jax too, but I will go with someone different. I am going to go with the newest women wrestler in WWE. And I had a bold prediction about her, Jordynne Grace. I think Jordynne Grace is going to come in and make a statement and just start tossing women left and right. And I think she'll end up with the most eliminations in the Rumble this year.
Since you guys took choice A and choice B, I'm going to take choice C. I'm just going to take Becky Lynch. I don't even know if she's going to be there, but if Becky shows up, big time Bex, she'll be tossing people. She's, nothing else to say. She'll be tossing everybody if she comes back. So, but to be fair, I did want Nia and then Jordan. So thank you guys. We
do like a little big time Bex coming in. I'm excited for that face off between Becky Lynch and Charlotte, because that animosity is going to just light up the whole arena.
So let me ask you guys, do you now, Court thinks obviously Becky Lynch, well, that's her third option, but do you think since they've already announced the return of Charlotte Flair in the Rumble, you think that they will still go with the surprise return of Becky Lynch? Do you think that they will push that and they'll pull that off?
I think so, because I think it's still up in the air on, television or most wise if she's actually re-signed. Seth talks about her, it's his wife, but he hasn't tweeted about her recently. It's been kind of quiet. So that makes me feel like something's up. Her birthday, I think her birthday was yesterday, AKA today. So I think that the fact that Seth didn't post anything and the fact that nobody's talking about it, WWE didn't post anything to my knowledge, kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see it. It's just, I know that they announced she's in the Netflix commercials. So I think it's well known. It's not announced, but I think it's known throughout the wrestling community that she has re-upped with WWE. I would kind of hope that they push off her return for a little bit longer, just because the Rumble is just going to have so much going on. I don't want it to be overshadowed. I don't want it to be undershadowed by Charlotte and Jordynne Grace and all these other surprises. Becky Lynch deserves a tremendous pop. And obviously I think she'll get one, but I also think, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's tough for me. I think I would rather wait on Becky's return if we're getting Charlotte at the Rumble, but that might just be me.
I don't know. We got Randy Orton, CM Punk the same night, so
Yeah.
I don't think they care. I think the more craziness that goes on, like look what happened when Court and I were at WrestleMania when they had John Cena, The Rock, The Undertaker. Like it was this whole slew. The end game or Infinity Wars of WrestleMania of the Bloodline storyline, and it was insane. Like it was shock after shock, and it was fucking awesome. So I'm all for them because if they're tailoring this as like the biggest Royal Rumble of all time, like I want it all. Like Charlotte, Becky, throw Alexa Bliss in there. Like I want it. So I'm excited. I think they can do it. And I hope they do it, but I guess we will see. Next category is going to be the most eliminations for the men. Justin, do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, this one's a little tough. I am going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to go with the returning Omos. I think Omos is scheduled to be in Indianapolis. He obviously hasn't been on WWE TV as of late, but they did send him over to Japan. He got some shine over there in Noah. I know he was a tag team champion over there. They treated him like a goddamn superstar with how tall he is and all this stuff that they did with him with, just walking through traffic and him being 4 feet taller than everyone else in Japan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a returning Omos.
It hurts my heart and my soul and my brain to say this, but I'm gonna go with not my tribal chief, Roman Reigns, with the most eliminations. Because no spoilers, but I'm not picking him to win the Rumble, and I think that they still need to make him strong. So he's just going to go and clear house. He's just going to take out everybody.
Court, there's no adrenaline in your soul with that answer.
There's so much adrenaline in my soul. You don't even know.
I think that's a good guess. I had the same thought process, but I came down with Braun Breaker. He's a freak, and I think they're going to want to showcase him more because didn't he take Brock's spot last year and just dismantled people? So I think we're going to get more of that. I think they're going to want to showcase how much a dominant force that Braun Breaker is. And I think he's just going to go ham in this Royal Rumble.
I wanted to give an honorable mention to Jacob Fatu. If he's in the Rumble, he might be arrested for what he did to Braun Strowman because he absolutely annihilated him. So honorable mention to Jacob Fatu, either Omos or Jacob. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Court. We're going to go into the Iron Woman category. Who do you think is going to last the longest in the Women's Royal Rumble?
One syllable. Liv.
That's it. Plain and simple. Liv.
That's it. Liv.
That's it.
I don't have any explanation. I just feel like she's coming off the reign. She still needs to be strong. I don't particularly know if she's going to win, but I think that she's going to showcase what she has, and I think she'll be in there for the long haul.
Okay. And she'll have Raquel Rodriguez, I believe, in there too. So she'll have her enforcer with her to help her out in sticky situations. So not bad.
Yeah.
You want to go, Ty?
Yeah, I'm thinking Io Sky. I think she's going to start early, and I think she's one of those people that just constantly has moments after moment as the Royal Rumble goes on. So I think they're really going to tease her. I think they're going to tease her a long, long time in the Rumble, and possibly maybe like the last 6 superstars in that match, and that's who I have as mine.
And I am going to go with. I'm in between two. I am in between a returning Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. I believe I'm going to go with Bianca Belair. I'm going to go with Bianca Belair. She's just got, I think she's already won the Rumble. She's done it before. She's just, I think, the perfect person to be that Iron Woman this year. So I'm going to go with Bianca.
Cool. All right. Next, we got the Iron Man, and I'm going to take this one next. I'm going Drew McIntyre. I think he's going to be one of those initial starters. I think it's going to start with maybe like Drew and Seth or something, and they're just going to battle out for a while. And then as people come in, they're going to, digress from each other. But I think Drew's going to be there for a long time. I think he's going to be a dominant force in the Royal Rumble. So I'm excited to see what he does in there. And I can't wait to see a bunch of his face-offs in there as well.
It's a solid answer. I think I'm going to go off the ledge again. I'm going to go with Sami Zayn. I'm going to go with Sammy. I think Sammy, with the way that, something's going to start with Karrion Kross. I don't know if he's going to be, I don't know. I feel like his mind's going to be all over the place, and he's just going to be trying to be in it for himself, like Karrion has told him that he has to be. And I think he's going to be one of the first three in the ring, and he's just going to survive. Like, he's not going to do anything crazy elimination wise. He's just going to survive and survive and survive. Do I have him winning the Rumble? We'll find out.
Yeah, it's funny you say Sammy because he was on my short list. He didn't make my number one, but I feel like Sammy is – there's something going on with Sammy. He's going to be around for a bit. But my Iron Man is Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, it feels like a layup answer, but he's just the man – he's been the guy who's been there throughout everything, throughout Roman being a champion of paper and throughout Cody being in other companies. And he's just been the guy. And I think he's still the guy. And I'm ready for Seth. But to draw back to your Sammy point, I watched a Rumble from 2013 the other day, and Ziggler was like one of the first 3 or 4. And he was in there till like the final 5. And he just laid on the apron for like 80% of the match. And I could see Sammy kind of like falling in that same category. So that was a good pick.
Just got to survive, baby. Just got to survive.
Yeah, I can see Seth too. I mean, it was between me. For me, it was between Seth and Drew. But I think I think Drew's going to be a nice character within this Royal Rumble, especially with like him against Sammy, him against Jay, him against Seth, him against Punk, maybe him against Cena, him against Sheamus. There's just so many stories with Drew that I think they're going to tease throughout this whole Royal Rumble. Justin, who do you think is going to be the women's Royal Rumble winner?
Man, I've been thinking about this one a lot. I think I've said her name before. I'll say her name again. I think it might be the returning Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte wins, and I had Court's looking up at the rafters. I also think that's why you don't bring Becky back at the same time. You have 2 big, exciting returns coming up with Becky and Charlotte. Charlotte's announced. Hold off on Becky because I think Charlotte's going to come in there and show why she's Charlotte Flair. And I think Charlotte gets the win. She's going on to WrestleMania.
You stole my pick.
Oh.
Stole my pick. Now I'm on the hot seat. I didn't even have a second pick because I just think
your pick then. It's Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair's my pick.
That's mine too. Charlotte Flair. Throw her in there. I think it's the shoe-in. I want to see the Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley rematch. We have Rhea, who's been this dominant force since she beat Charlotte in WrestleMania, and now I want that rematch. I want Charlotte, who's fresh, who's ready to go, new gimmick, kick Rhea's ass, and see how that match plans out. That's what I see it. And I kind of want it to be Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch as the final 2 in that Royal Rumble, because the people would blow the roof off that place with the near misses and stuff, and just how that would unfold would be so freaking beautiful.
That's easy for my graphic. If we're always Charlotte, that is so easy to edit.
Yeah, dude, I agree though. Becky and Charlotte in the final 2 would be electric. That'd be amazing.
So, Court, who's going to be the men's Royal Rumble winner of 2025?
Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this because in 2008, me and Ty were at the Rumble and we gave him double middle fingers and double birds. And we were very happy about it. And I still want to give him a bird today. But John Cena is going to win the Rumble. He's going to win the Rumble and he's going to end up facing Cody at WrestleMania. And I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know why he'd pick Cody. I don't know the schematics of it. But that's what I'm getting at. And yes, that means Cody's going to retain, but that's later.
So I'm surprised you didn't say it was going to be Cody Rhodes to three-peat and defend his championship against 29 other men like Roman almost did, but then Triple H beat him. But I'm surprised you didn't say Cody's going to enter and defend it and win. Do the three-peat.
He's got a ladder match that night, man.
He's the Kansas City Chiefs. He's about the three-peat.
No, please don't bring up the Super Bowl. I'm not happy.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with my pick for the men's win of the Royal Rumble. CM Punk, give it to me. I want Cody Rhodes. I want CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. They teased it. I want it. We got this kind of evilish version of Cody popping out with all his past weeks just weighing on him. And I think the promos would be electric. We'd have 2 months of just awesome promos, just seeing their characters just change and mold them into this new era. And I can't wait for that. That's what I want. I think CM Punk, like we said, has a huge target on his back. I think a lot of people are going to try and thump him over the top rope, but I think he's going to beat that and solidify that main event spot at WrestleMania.
So I am going with neither of them. Cena, I think, ends up getting his Mania bid in the Elimination Chamber because he said he was already going to be at the Elimination Chamber, whether it's in the Elimination Chamber or a singles match. I think that's where Cena gets that. I'm going to go with the fan favorite right now. I'm going to go, if WWE knows what's good for them and they want the merch, they want all that, everyone yeet with me, Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. How amazing. Like honestly, like everyone loved when he won the IC title, and that lasted all of 2 months because then Braun Breaker beat him. Like, he deserves it, and the crowd fucking loves him. It's like one of the most organic face turns that I've seen since like Kofi. Like when Kofi Mania was happening, like that's how I feel. Like that's the magic that Jey Uso currently has, and I want them to pull the trigger on Jey Uso. Then you can have him go up against Drew because Drew hates the fucking bloodline and everyone a part of that family. Let him go after Drew. I mean, not Drew, fucking Gunther. Why am I saying Drew? I'm messed up now. Jey Uso. And then, you can figure everything else out. You can figure out Punk, you can figure all that. Punk then goes and gets his favor from Paul Heyman to get into another Mania main event. I don't know. I really want Jey Uso to win. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm predicting it, and hopefully it comes true.
I'd shit myself. I would love it.
Love it.
I'd be very into it. I love Jey. I don't want Cena to win. That's the way I'm thinking. But you have a good point about the Elimination Chamber. You're right. Because it could easily be Cena winning the EC and choosing Cody.
But it's also like with such a stacked card. Like you have Punk, you have Drew, you have Roman, you have, Cena, you have there's so many people. Like I want that one guy that's up there that no one expects, and that's Jey. Like everyone expects Cena, everyone expects Punk. But I really want Jey Uso to win. I would go apeshit if Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble.
What if Jey tosses Roman over the top?
I would love it. I would absolutely love it. And then he does his little dance and just eats on him. I would love it because he's the no-eat guy. Well, guess what? You just got eated on, bitch.
Yeah, I'm for it. I think that would be really cool. And I think it would be a compelling story because Gunther's like, we've done this dance, I don't need to do this with you anymore. I beat you for the Intercontinental Championship, I think once or twice. I, defended my world championship against you twice. You're nothing to me. And I think it would be very compelling of a story if they were to lead that up to a Jay Gunther championship match. But yeah, I think those are all good picks. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's an early start time, right? I think it's like a 6:30 start time or something like that.
Yeah, I think
On
6.
Saturday. Like we're starting early.
Yeah.
Get those bevs out. I might be healthy enough to start drinking. I got beers on beers from Christmas that I haven't even touched yet. I got Canadian beers that I have been sitting on since I got sick on my honeymoon / 1 year anniversary trip. So like I'm stacked. I'm ready to drink. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I'm going to be probably posting some Snapchats of me drunk by myself watching the Royal Rumble, and it's going to be epic. I do want to talk about Court, your boy. We got Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, ladder match for the Undisputed WWE Championship. We got the Winged Eagle Championship up there as well. What's going to happen? What are we getting out of this match? Is the storyline between Kevin and Cody be over after this match? Do we see Sami Zayn show up? Is this match before the Rumble? Do we see a Sami Zayn turn heel and bank on himself and try and screw Cody over to get that match with Kevin? You know, to maybe get Kevin on his side to help him in the Rumble. Like, what happens in this match?
I absolutely get it. The Rumble's going to close tonight. So I think the title match will be probably, I don't even know if it'll be right before. The 2 out of 3 falls matches for the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
DIY and
That's I cannot wait.
that match is going to be a bang. But I think they'll probably do women's 2 out of 3, and then the world title match, and then the Rumble. But yeah, Cody's going to win, duh. Like I'd ever say on this podcast and have it in written form that Cody's going to lose. But no, he's going to win. But there's definitely going to be interference. I think Sammy, and I also think Randy. I think Randy's going to pop up. I think it's been a while. He's ready. It's WrestleMania season. I think Sammy's going to come out originally to help Kevin, and Randy's going to come out to take Sammy out. Cody wins. Cody's sitting on top of that ladder with both titles. Cody 2 belts once again. And Randy's going to be watching, and his eyes are going to be peeled. And hey, the Rumble's probably the next match. We could see Randy be heel Randy and RKO someone, and take their spot. That's not totally uncommon. So I firmly believe that the Kevin thing is not totally done after Rumble, because Elimination Chamber, Cody still has to do something.
Do we see an RKO from Cody Rhodes as tribute before his former mentor comes out to help him out?
Well, he does Cody cutters all the time.
No, I'm talking about straight RKO out of nowhere, Cody to Kevin. We got Kevin copying the stunner. I want to see Cody hitting RKO on Kevin Owens off the top of the ladder. That's what I want. Cody got RKO'd by Sammy, didn't he, off the ladder on his last match in AEW? I want to see that happen to Kevin. I want to see that RKO from the top of the ladder.
Cody is, you know what's crazy? Like, real quick side note, Cody, because we're talking about Cody, I'm going to go back in time. Cody's first WrestleMania when he had a singles match, well, it wasn't singles, it was a triple threat. Cody, Randy, and Ted. Cody got punted into oblivion that match. And to just be able to maybe go full circle and see Cody and Randy again, it wouldn't be a WrestleMania. I don't think it's lining up this year.
I think Cody also retains. I think we're going to see. I think the biggest spot of that match is going to be some sort of package pile driver onto like a ladder. Like the ladder is going to be stacked up, and it's going to be a package pile driver through a ladder. It's going to be a sick fucking spot. I don't know if we're going to get Sammy, because then Sammy's going to be in the Rumble as a heel, so I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic that could happen there. But I definitely think they go the safe route and Cody comes down with both belts.
But I think if Sammy tries to help Kevin and in turn helps Cody, he's still a face, no?
Or does he go out to help Cody and accidentally helps Kevin. The hula kick hits Cody instead of Kevin again, and Kevin's like, thanks, and starts climbing up the ladder, but Cody stops him. And you know, Sammy at that point, if he was going to help Cody, he just like sits there disheveled and like runs out of the ring. You know, I think there's many ways they can go about it, and maybe even Randy decides to enter the Royal Rumble. What if he wins? You think, you know, he's picking Cody. He ain't picking Gunther. I mean, maybe because, you know, he lost to Gunther in the King of the Ring, but and I think he had a title defense against Gunther had a title defense against Randy as well. I think was that SummerSlam? I forget. But yeah, I think Randy would pick Cody, and I think that would be a hell of a lead up to WrestleMania 2, because that story would go freaking bonkers.
It could write itself. It could really write itself. And I don't see it happening, but I would love it.
Yeah, and then I guess I think there's only 4 matches in the card. I think it is that best 2 out of 3 falls match, which I think is going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see it. What do you guys think? Who's going to win the 2 out of 3 falls match?
This match is going to be so fucking good. If you watch, you know, just go back to NXT and watch DIY in the 2 out of 3 falls matches, you know, at, you know, the NXT pay-per-views. I cannot wait to see this match. Obviously, they all have a history together. I got to go with DIY. I don't think they're going to give the belts back to Motor City Machine Guns this quick. Like, I don't think I see Motor City Machine Guns being 2-time WWE Tag Team Champions within the span of 3 months. So I'm going to go with DIY retaining with maybe some help from Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, I like DIY in that match too. I mean, it's going to be as Seamus says, banger. It's going to be amazing. Match is going to be incredible. I think eventually Motor City Machine Guns are going to be back on the mountaintop. They're going to be champs again. But I don't think that it's going to be at the Rumble. But man, like, just think of, oh my God, all the things they could do in that match. That it's, when you really think about they've been around, Motor City Machine Guns, what, 15 years? They've been in the business, been on TV 15 years. So, and then DIY, you got them. They've been around way before NXT and way before WWE too. So, like, these guys are going to go into their pocket and they're going to just kill it. And I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, I honestly think that the Motor City Machine Guns are going to win back the belts. I think that it's going to be a hell of a banger. And I love that they trust the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY to have 1 of 4 matches on this card, especially best 2 or 3 falls. And like, when was the last time we saw a tag team match that was best 2 or 3 falls? And yeah, I think it's going to be a stunner of a match. Obviously, it's going to go to 3 falls. And I hope they give them a substantial time for this. You know, it's 4 matches. Granted, it's 2 Royal Rumbles. So they're going to be like, what, an hour and a half each?
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I hope they tear the house down. I hope it really shows, you know, that the Motor City Machine Guns are here to stay, here to be a top team in WWE, and I think it's going to do wonders for them and their team. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger. Like, I was about to say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that opened up the show. But we know with how it's gone the past few years with 2 Rumbles, they usually start with the men's or the women's and flip-flop, you know. But I would love to see that 2 out of 3 falls just start off the show, because that might be the match of the night. No, like, not even kidding. That match is going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the card's going to go women's 2 out of 3, Cody Kevin, men's. But I could be totally wrong. They could do women's and then go to Cody Kevin and then go to 2 out of 3 falls. I think the men's ends the night. I think it's
just
being hyped too much.
Yeah, I think they also have to separate it completely. Like, do the 1 Rumble, 2 matches, and then another Rumble. I think you really need to give that hour and a half break between those Rumbles, because It's long. They're long. You know, it's long matches. It's, you know, a lot of weight and spots and all that stuff. I think it draws a lot of energy out of people, especially at the slow points. So I really think they need to separate those as much as possible. But yeah, I can't wait. I am going to be watching the whole thing. I'm hopefully going to be drinking my ass off with all my beers that I have. I'm hoping to make some Snapchats and some videos of me being a drunk fool while watching the Rumble, because I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, I think that's it. You know, it's our Rumble show. We're all excited. We all can't wait to see who wins, who's going to come out on top with the predictions. I wish I had people to do a Royal Rumble pool with, because that is always fun as well.
I'll text you guys one.
Yeah, let's do
it. Bear usually does one.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do, like, I love that shit. I did it with my buddy a few years ago, and it was one of the coolest things we've ever done. Like, I was so pumped for that. I'm
sorry. I just want to quickly say, if anyone from Indianapolis or anyone going to the Rumble, like you just said, Ty, like this show, there's no downtime. So get to the bathroom beforehand, because you're not going to miss any 6 minute of this fucking pay-per-view when it's Rumble, 2 out of 3s, Cody Kevin ladder match, and then the men's Rumble. There's no downtime. The crowd's got to be there. 65,000 plus are going to be there. Like, get ready. This show is going to be insane.
Yeah, don't drink.
Just a side note on biggest pop. If Pat McAfee comes out there, that might be one of the biggest pops.
Yeah, well,
if he enters the Rumble. Dude, it's Indianapolis. He was the Colts fucking punter for
great. Well, he's out there and he just like gets off the announce table. Maybe he does a yeet and runs in and gets eliminated. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Didn't he eliminate himself last year off the bat?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for him. That's a waste of a spot, especially in the biggest WrestleMania. I mean, biggest Royal Rumble of all time. Like, get the fuck out. He can sit on the booth, talk some stupid bullshit all night, and then fucking take Corey Graves' spot. Corey Graves can go tweet whatever the fuck he wants, and then they can go settle it elsewhere. I don't even know. Pat McAfee, stay off the fucking ropes. Stay out of the ring. You're not in the Royal Rumble this year. I'm sorry, but it's not for you. Anyway, with that being said, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Give us your thoughts on the Royal Rumble. You can listen to our categories and give us your predictions. Biggest pops. Biggest, the Iron Man and Iron Woman of the matches. Who's going to win? Let us know. Give us those thoughts in the comments. We want to see, and we will catch you all on the next one. Real Marks out.